Good morning, my friends. We are back on the Morning Mindset edition of the Live, Build, Change podcast. I am Kerry Green, and you have jumped in right in the middle of a project that we've been working on together. You might call it a self-improvement project, but it's not the kind where you are working to improve yourself all by yourself. You are working in partnership with the Spirit of God and the truth of God to make yourself more like Christ. That really is what we're doing. And so in this episode of the Live, Build, Change podcast, we're stepping into a new phase of this project we've been working on. The first phase was to make a list of the issues that you feel the Lord would want you to address in your life and to begin praying over those things so that He can reveal to you which one He wants you to partner with Him on right now. The second step was to identify that one thing in step number one, and then to move on from there to begin finding scriptures that apply to that situation. So whether it's irritation or anger or gluttony or whatever it is you feel the issue is, you find scriptures that are addressing that. And you start journaling about those, writing out your thoughts. And what you're doing is you're tearing down your old way of thinking about it, and you're replacing it with the new way of thinking that God would have you do, the way that is aligned with Scripture. Now, here we are in the third step. This step's kind of a combination. First, you're going to begin memorizing some of those key passages. Okay, write them out on an index card, write them out on a sticky note, maybe just write them over and over in your journal. Writing out verses is a powerful way to memorize them because you're not only hearing it in your mind as you read it, and I would suggest you read it aloud as you do. So you're hearing it, you're writing it, you're seeing it. You have all kinds of senses involved in the absorption of that truth. But you want to start memorizing some of those key verses that speak to you the most about the issue, that seem to nail the exact heart issue and struggle that you are having in that particular area. Then you want to begin praying that the Lord would open your eyes to the places in your daily life, in your practical day-to-day living, where that verse applies most. So that when you come across that sort of a circumstance, say it's one of your issues was being impatient with your children, and you're once again finding yourself in the position where you would be tempted to be irritable toward your children, and you're becoming aware of it, at that very moment, you're able to have that scripture come to mind because, number one, you've been memorizing it. Number two, you've asked God to help you be aware of the situations in which that verse applies most. And that truth will begin to come to mind for you. You see how you're partnering with God in this? You're not just doing this on your own. You're not just gritting your teeth and trying not to be irritable with your children. You're asking God to help you, to partner with you, to understand His truth and to apply it to yourself and have that truth transform you right in the middle of the circumstance. So what do you do as that scripture comes to mind and you realize, here I am in this situation again? And this scripture, this truth of God is the one I've been memorizing, and it applies directly. Will you begin to apply the truth that you've discovered in that verse to your situation? So if the verse is saying that impatience comes from selfishness, will you apply it to yourself and you say, I'm being selfish right now. I'm not thinking in love toward my children. I am not thinking what is best for them. I'm not concerned in this moment about giving God the glory through the way that I parent my children. And you see, as you become aware of that, then you need to begin taking that thought captive and saying to yourself the exact opposite based on who you are in Jesus Christ. And you begin saying to yourself, I am a non-irritable person toward my children because I am filled with the Spirit of God. You see, it's not just wishful thinking. It's truth based on the Scripture. And you begin applying that to the situation at hand. I'm praying for you as you apply this today. Let's talk again tomorrow.